Hey there, happy Thursday. Welcome to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. How you guys doing today? So we've been talking over the last couple weeks about definitions of terms with respect to buying and selling a home. And I wanted to wrap it up. I know we are into the new month, but I wanted to wrap it up with one more term that comes up a lot, just so you can understand the difference between some different things, because I know a lot of terms are thrown around and sometimes it's hard to understand what all these different things mean and how they affect you. So today we're talking about an appraisal, and an appraisal is a activity, a document, a process that is done when your lender wants to make sure that the house they're loaning you some money for actually is worth the loan amount that they're going to loan you. So remember, we've been talking about this whole time the fact that the lender is loaning you an awful lot of money, and they need to do a lot of things to make sure that that loan is in fact secure, and in fact that they're going to get that money returned to them. So they've agreed to loan you money, and here are some terms in order to loan you that money, how long it's going to take to pay it back, and how much it's going to cost. But with all of that, they want to make sure that they are going to get that money back. And so one of the things they need to do is make sure that the house they're loaning you the money against, that collateral, which we've talked about before, is actually worth what they're loaning you. So what they do is they hire someone called an appraiser. And the appraiser actually goes out and looks at the value of not only your property that you're going to be buying, what are the amenities, what's in that house, what's involved, what's around that house, what's the property look like, but they're going to compare it to other things that have sold recently, either in that neighborhood or in surrounding neighborhoods that are very similar to what you're purchasing. And they want to do that because they need to see what an average person would pay for a home that's similar to what you're purchasing. And that's how they determine what that value is of that property that you're purchasing. So they do a lot of comparisons. They come to your home or the home you're going to purchase, and then they look at all of the things in that home, all of the inclusions, all of the things maybe it doesn't have that it does have. How many bedrooms? Does it have a fireplace? Does it have an eat-in kitchen? Does it have a dining room? Does it have a garage? Does it have a shed? Is it on the water? How much property does it have? How many bathrooms does it have? How many bedrooms does it have? Does it have granite countertops? All of these different things that go into the value of that property. And then they write all that information up, and then they do a lot of research comparing it to other homes in the area. What do they have or not have? So they add and subtract things based on what the house has that you're buying. And then they come down to a final number on each of those homes. And I think, if I remember correctly, they either compare 2 or 3 additional homes to the one you're purchasing, and then they come up with what that average is. So with all of those numbers, adding and subtracting what the other ones had sold for and what the one you're purchasing is selling for, adding and subtracting all of those amenities, that's how they come up with what the value is. And an appraisal is what a average purchaser would pay based on the current market conditions and the amenities in that home. And so the appraiser actually creates a report for the mortgage company, supplies it to the mortgage company, and as long as the house does appraise for at least what you're agreed to purchase it for or more, then the lender will move forward. But if it appraises for less, then the lender comes back to you and says, well, we're not going to be able to loan you what you need to buy this house, so you either agree to borrow less, or you have to make another negotiation on that sales price, because that's all we're going to loan you. And so then some negotiations would probably change. But typically, when a seller is working with a real estate agent, they do a market value analysis, and more often than not, the value that house is selling for is what the market would hold. So typically you don't run into that problem. But the lender requires an appraisal because that appraiser, that's their profession, they're licensed to do that, and the lender wants to make sure that what they're loaning you, they'll be able to recuperate based on what the value of that property is. So there's your information for today. As I always try to do, is to provide you with information on some things maybe you knew a little bit about and needed some more information, maybe didn't know very much about, and maybe this spurred a question. I love helping answer questions that you have, so please reach out and let me know if there are some things that we need to talk about. And also, if you would be so very kind and hit the share button, I would really appreciate that. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love talking to you and bringing you information. So also, starting in the beginning of the month, which is today, we're going to launch our new piece of literature on FooteTitleGroup.com. And so go on our website, look on the homepage, see the latest feature, download it. It's some good information. There's also resources on all the other pieces of literature, flyers with information that we've come up with under the buyers, seller, and realtors tab under resources. So go there on our website, and if you would register for our email list, you'll be able to get that information right in your inbox every month. So hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Thank you for tuning in to Coffee with Connie. I'm Connie Fuksa with Foote Title Group, where we protect your home ownership. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.